time, I think we're being joined by our first guest of the evening, former Strikeforce Bantamweight champion, Miesha Tate. Miesha, what's going on? You're on Rebellion Radio with the best-looking man in mixed martial arts media, Mitch Ciccarelli, and Brian Levitt, the Long Island Badass. What's going on?
Oh, lucky me.
I know, right?
I'm good. How are you?
I hope you didn't listen to the story that we were just talking about before you came on.
I didn't get a chance to. Did I miss out on something good?
No, it was just a story about somebody I went to high school with, and in reference to Patrick Cote, because his nickname's a Predator. But we'll move forward from there.
This guy's a character, man. Well, Miesha, so what's going on in the life of Miesha Tate right now? I mean, how are things going? You know, you had the last fight with Ronda Rousey. Unfortunately, it didn't go your way. I know you're healing up with your injury. You're ready to get back in there and get back in the mix. How are things going with you right now, and just what's new with you?
Well, I mean, I'm just getting back to my old routine, you know, training in the gym, and I feel really good and really healthy and definitely right on track to get a fight here soon, hopefully. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm just hanging out. I'm doing a little spring cleaning right now, so nothing too exciting, but, you know.
Awesome. I'm doing a lot of spring messing up, getting messy, so we're doing the exact opposite. You're cleaning up, and I'm throwing trash everywhere, so, you know.
You got the Sarah Kaufman and Ronda Rousey fight coming up, and you're obviously going to be an interested spectator in that because you definitely fight the winner of that. How do you see that fight turning out?
Well, I think that it's a different style matchup for Kaufman, and I think Ronda is also a different style matchup. You know, I think Ronda's kind of, I don't know, I think she's kind of fought more grapplers actually, honestly, and I think that Kaufman has great footwork and she moves around really well, but she has to be able to stay on her feet for 25 minutes, and that's a really long time. If it goes to the ground, obviously I give the advantage to Ronda. If it stays on the feet, obviously we give the advantage to Sarah Kaufman. So really it's just a matter of who can stick to their game plan. All I know is that Sarah's going to have to land a lot of punches and move a lot and have a really solid, to be able to hold a really solid game plan for 25 minutes, a stellar performance, whereas Ronda is only going to have to get one takedown. You know, so a little bit I think the advantage is probably towards Ronda, but I definitely wouldn't count Sarah out by any means. I mean, she's ranked number 2 in the world, and she's 14-1, and she's been around and doing this for a long time, and she's beat a lot of tough girls. So, you know, who's to say?
No, this is a caller.
My
name's Joe.
I'm sorry, this is who?
No, my name is Joe.
What's going on, Joe? You got a question for us?
Yeah, no, I got a question for Miesha.
You got a question, brother.
Yeah. First of all, I wanted to say I'm sorry about Ronda breaking your arm. I have made a comment about that when I found out, because I watched some of the videos on YouTube about her, because she was promoting the fight, which I thought she had done well. But the thing is, when somebody breaks arms 6 to 7 times in a row, I'm not asking your opinion because you're still in the game. I don't want you to give an opinion about it. But my opinion is that if somebody with the skills as a Rousey, because she's a world-class judo athlete, she's not just a United States athlete, she's a world-class medalist. For her to have broken 6 or 7 arms in a row troubles me. I don't care what she says. I've heard her I've heard her on shows when she's talking about, well, the referee didn't stop in the time when I did ask for it to be stopped. Then it was a controversy, and if the referee doesn't stop it, you have to continue to go. No. When you're a world-class athlete and you have somebody in that type of armbar, you know when somebody's hurting. And you know, as she's already admitted, you know when somebody's so secure they can't get away. And I think in order to prevent this type of thing, the MMA should introduce a rule that if somebody cannot get out of that kind of hold for about 15 to 20 seconds, just when an opponent cannot escape punches for about 15 seconds and the ref comes in, I think the ref should step in. This idea where this girl is just breaking arms, going back to her amateur days, I think she's a sociopath. And a lot of people say Oh, she's rocked. She rocks. She has skills. Yes, she does have skills. But you don't break arms. You don't ruin somebody's career. You don't put somebody in the hospital, and then you don't break arms just for the fun of breaking arms. So for that, I didn't hear about you, and I didn't hear about Ronda until the fight. But I got to give you kudos, because when you were lying there, you didn't cry, you didn't complain. And the girl, Ronda, she's got skills, groundwork, and I don't give Kaufman a chance. Not a shot. For 25 minutes, you're right. She's not going to escape Ronda's judo. She's one of the best in the world. But the fact that anybody, because even in the men's MMA, Fedor didn't break arms. Nogueira didn't break arms. You don't go around breaking arms in professional sport. To me, it's the equivalent of, in football, when somebody has a bounty and you're trying to take somebody out, it's uncalled for. So I don't like her.
I'm sorry, you cracked me up. You're very passionate.
I don't like somebody's break, because this is a professional sport. You don't
I
break
understand
arms.
what he's saying. You know, you're taking food off of somebody's table because you're going to be out. You know?
That's stupid.
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, I guess
I'm not asking you for your opinion, because you're still in the game. So I'm just giving my opinion, and nobody has to reply to it except the host. But to me, I saw that, and then I like to. Never mind.
Exactly.
But on the other hand, which I know you didn't ask my opinion, but that's okay, because I'm going to give it to you anyways.
Oh, okay. All right.
On the other hand, now, trust me, I'm not the biggest Ronda fan, but I think when two professional athletes get in there, you know, there's a responsibility on both ends, and, you know, part of not choosing to tap out when I knew that I was done for is also my mistake, you know, so, you know, I don't know if I necessarily fault her for that. If someone doesn't want to tap and they know better, at that level you should know better. So that was a choice that I made because I had a lot on the line and I didn't want to give up, and I absolutely want to fight until the very bitter end. And you know, whether
and you
it
had
was
broken one of her right, and you had broken one of her holds before. I understand that.
Right.
That's when the referee should come in, around 15, 20 seconds.
About obviously, the feud with Ronda Rousey was probably one of the biggest rivalries in women's mixed martial arts. Got a lot of media attention, a lot of buzz around it. How is the relationship now? I mean, I know you said you're still not a big Ronda fan, but I mean, it looks like, judging by some Twitter, back and forth tweets, I saw something Ronda put out there on Twitter, and he said something like, apparently Ronda Rousey has good taste or something like that. So what's going on with that? Or you guys still bitter rivals, or kind of warming up a little bit?
Well, I'm just over it. I'm not bothered by Ronda anymore, and, I have to respect her for what she has done. She beat me fair and square, and so in that regard, she earned my respect. I don't think we'll ever be best friends, but I just don't care to be mad about it anymore, and if we fight each other again, it's going to be a totally different way of being motivated, She kind of got under my skin a little bit, and talking about my loved ones really, really seems to fire me up. So, she got me mad, and I think it kind of played against me a little bit in the fight, and so I'm just done with it. I'm not mad about whatever she says anymore. I'm just going to laugh it off and just enjoy the sport for what it is. Go back to who I am and loving MMA and loving fighting for the competition, not for the drama, not hating it for the smack talk, whatever. I'm just going to do me.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. And Brian, you got anything else you want to ask Miesha real quick before we bring in our next guest here?
No, Miesha, I just want to thank you for coming on. It was great to see you guys get the main event spot. That was one thing I was, it's great to see that you girls are getting the attention you deserve, and I look forward to seeing you back in the cage as soon as possible, and maybe getting a shot of redemption against Ronda.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's on my checklist, my bucket list, my whatever you want to call it. I definitely want to fight her again, and I think after feeling her in the cage, it wasn't anything that I didn't expect. However, I think it was the opposite for her. I think that I came with a lot more than she expected. She had said that, yeah, she hit me really hard. Yeah, she's quite a bit more savvy on the ground than I expected. Yeah, this, yeah, that. So I think now she knows that I do have the ability to beat her. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I was outmatched on the feet, obviously, and I don't feel like I was outmatched on the ground. Obviously, her arm bar, yes, she was great at that. But the rest of it, was pretty back and forth. It was very scrambly. It was competitive. It wasn't one-sided. I wasn't getting smoked on the ground, and so she caught me in that one arm bar. And, so it kind of speaks for itself. I think it makes for a competitive fight and just a little bit more work, and, I think that I can definitely beat her.
I agree with that.
I'd like to see it again. I would definitely love to see it again.
Well, I'm working on it, you guys. I get a couple more wins, and I'm gonna be gunning for her again.
Nice.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, Miesha, thank you so much for calling in, and thanks for the follow on Twitter, by the way. That was the best decision of your Twitter career, following the best-looking radio host in the world. So I definitely appreciate that, and we hope you have a great week and you keep on dominating the world and you get your belt back.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Take care.
All right, have a good night.